We forgot the music.
I did it backwards. I did it backwards.
Oh my God, I love it.
Always. There's always a mistake to be had
Always,
in the
we
beginning.
cannot get it
Every
together.
single time.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rewind and Reflect, where we believe in the universal truth that there's no such thing as coincidences or mistakes. And we're here to share our life experience on that with you. My name is Deb Miller.
Hi, everybody. Susan Doyle. Nice to see you.
Hi, ladies. Kristen Dean.
You're still Kristen Dean. You haven't
I'm
changed
still
back to
Kristen Dean.
Longmore.
Soon to be back to Longmore. Yep. Just to match my children for the audience. I'm not getting remarried to my ex-husband. Still,
Listen,
no
anything is
disrespect, love him,
possible.
but
Anything is possible when you come from a space that anything is possible.
Yeah, that's true. This crazy world, you just never know where you're gonna end up, where you're gonna
Yeah.
land.
Yeah.
So, speaking of that, I wanted to
How are
give
you
everybody.
guys?
I'm good. Well, go ahead, Kristen. How are you?
I'm disheveled today. I hate this hot weather already. I'm irritated. I'm just overtired. I'm a little overtired. I'm a little snippy. I
Oh,
need
okay.
heating and I need cold weather back.
Okay, this has got to stop. This is okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do what Deb did on the beach in Florida.
I can't hear you. I can't see you. You can't hear me or see me.
So, for those of you who didn't listen last week, Debbie's universal sign for I don't want to talk about it is she lifts her head up, turns it, purses her lips, and shuts her eyes. That's her way of saying I'm done, even though I'm sitting right there, still talking, still talking.
Like a toddler.
It's basically
can't
her
hear
sign
it.
to I don't want to hear what you have to say.
It's my sign
So I just did that to Kristen.
It's my sign to I've reached my capacity and I can no
Okay.
longer take any more information, and especially information that I don't want to hear.
Please don't tell me that you've already turned on your air conditioner, Kristen.
I have to put them, my son and I have to put them in the windows, but I 100% would have. I was dying last night upstairs. It was dying. So hot.
How hot is it there?
It's like 80, but it's humid. You remember
70.
Connecticut, it's always humid.
It's disgusting.
Okay,
It's
yes.
unbelievable. I actually skipped around the house today knowing that I could put on shorts and a tank top. Like I could get hit by a bus
Yeah.
and still be happy today and yesterday. It is just gleeful around here.
Wow.
You know what I do? I'm back out in my yard. I got a mulch delivery. I love that part of it. But sleeping at night, it's like 72 and it's humid. My shins are sweating.
That's not good.
I'm like, and then
No.
I don't sleep well and I'm testy. And
Yeah. Well, you have to you have to have it cold when you sleep for sure. I totally get that.
Get a fan.
Yeah,
I have one, but I was too lazy to get out of bed last night.
Okay, well then forget about it. I'm done. I am done with you. Forget about it.
He's going to help me when he gets home today. He's going to help me put in the air conditioner.
Okay, good.
Just 2 seconds. Yeah. Because I can't.
So I have a rule that I have lived by. I've probably broken it 1 or 2 times because I've lived in New England my whole life. I refuse to have the heat and the air conditioner on in the same month. And I had the heat on like 2 days ago because it was cold and disgusting and bleak around here.
Which it will be
So
again
now for the
again.
rest of April, I cannot turn the air conditioner on.
It's a rule. Okay. I turn my heat off,
thing.
but I'm going to need it because it's going to be 28 in a couple nights.
Right. Right. So and my air conditioner is still wrapped. So if I don't cut the wrap off of it, it can't be turned on.
It's a wrap.
That's right. Anywho,
it's a wrap.
Enough about the weather. I'm thrilled. Kristen's pissy. Life goes on. That's why there's vanilla and chocolate ice cream.
And I'm pivoting between being thrilled 1 minute, being pissy the next, because
and all of your own doing, and it has nothing to do with the weather.
It has nothing to do with the weather. It has to do with my silly brain and the chemicals in it. So I did want to give everybody an update because I know I started months ago telling everybody how I was getting off of my antidepressants, my SSRIs, I had not, I went through hypnosis, which did not go.
Let's do that. Can we put hypnosis in air quotes because
Yeah, it was. Well, I am a true believer in hypnosis. I think it's a really great therapeutic tool. The person that I chose to walk me through that was not the right fit for me, so it ended up not going well. But I still carried on, and I tapered off of my meds per my medical doctor instruction, and I've been February, March. I've been off of them like full for about 2.5 months. Um,
but remind us you started tapering like early December, right?
yeah, it was actually, I think, yeah, in like November or something, late
Okay.
November, whatever. So yeah, it was a very slow taper, but I've decided to go back on them because I'm a crazy person without my meds. So I, and jokes aside, I started noticing a real difference with me and the way that I was handling life on life's terms. It was great. I was fine for such a long time. And I incorporated exercise into my daily regimen and eating the foods that will help with my dopamine and serotonin levels, and taking all of the supplements and vitamins and all the things. I did all the things and I was feeling great. And then about 2 weeks ago, I hit a wall. And my therapist really, she's like, that's probably when they completely left your system. So I was getting
Wow.
residual effects for quite some time, and then they were completely gone. And I started to really feel a difference. Like, the only way I can
Like
explain it.
depression, Deb, or
It wasn't
go ahead.
depression. It was like, the way I've been explaining it is like I'm walking around as an exposed raw nerve, and whatever stimulus comes at me, I'm reacting to like off the charts. So I'm either super annoyed, super angry, super sad, super whatever it may be. I'm not regulated. And like, so the way I picture it is, when I'm on my meds, information comes into my ear, into my head, I process it, and then I react to it. And now it's like coming in my ear and going directly to my nervous system, my central nervous system. And it's like uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable all the time. And it's very dangerous for my recovery, because feeling like that makes me, I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to feel like that. It's so uncomfortable. But I don't want to self-medicate with drugs and alcohol. I tried to get my dopamine and my serotonin up all naturally. It just did not work. Could I wait longer and keep doing what I'm doing to see if it will eventually get to a level where I feel comfortable? Yes, but there's no guarantees. And I don't have it in me to go through another day of feeling that way. So I talked to my
You're also
medical
a
doctor.
recovering drug addict. I feel like
Mm.
that is so important to, like, for people in recovery. I just, like, I feel any danger zone,
Yeah.
let's correct it the best way we can. You know what I mean? Because I feel
The
like
best and the fastest way, because it is frightening how quickly I want to not numb my emotions, but regulate my nervous system. It's a very different. It's like I'm feeling these feelings that are coming in, and there's no regulating them. I can't control them. And things that used to not bother me, or not, I wouldn't say wouldn't bother me. They would bother me, but I would be able to process them in my brain in a way that I would be able to like react appropriately to them. And now it's like I'm either falling apart or I am clawing somebody's eye out or wanting to claw somebody's eye out. And it's just not comfortable. And it's not comfortable for anybody around me because I don't want people to feel like they're walking on eggshells or that, because I can't control my emotions. So
Can
I
I ask
started,
you,
no, go ahead.
so I've been a little bit moody this week. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether I need a meeting. I don't know whether it's the hormones. I'm moody and I'm quick to anger. I'm quick to be annoyed. I I stopped yoga and started running my ass off again because I thought maybe that was part of it. Like I
Mhm.
need more dopamine release, whatever. But praying, like all these things. And I've had therapists and psych people say, you don't need medication. You've had someone say you need medication
Mhm.
for help me to understand, and maybe people who like I've been really kind of yucky all week. It's only Wednesday, but like whatever. Like at what point am I like, I don't know. Speak to that because like it's been 3 days now. I'm fucking annoyed at everything. Like,
Well, I think that okay, so it's the difference between you living like being annoyed and having a mood swing
a
or
swing.
yeah, like we all have mood swings, and sometimes the pendulum goes one way to the extreme, and that's when you get annoyed and you can go to a meeting or you can talk to a friend or you can whatever, and that will just disintegrate that feeling a little bit. If you have a chemical imbalance, you are it's
You
so much
can't do
more
that.
than just a mood swing. It's like it is, again, it's this incredibly uncomfortable feeling of your nervous system is just on fire
And you
and
can't get out of it.
you can't. And when stimulus comes at you, when you're feeling that way, you just react because I'm trying to talk about myself because I can't process what's coming at me in a way to say everything's a threat to me right now.
Okay.
Everything
Mm.
that comes at me is a threat to my nervous system. So I am like coming out
Even like
swinging.
even like positive things like love and
Mm.
understanding and caring, like is it unanimous across the whole entire spectrum of emotion?
That doesn't come at me. Love and kindness and understanding, it doesn't come at me as a threat, but it'll tap
Do you
into
not
the part of
recognize it
me.
like you did when you're on your meds? You don't recognize that it's love and caring and
No, I do. I recognize that as love and caring and it's a tenderness. And what that does though is makes me so emotional that I will just start crying because
okay.
that feeling feels good in a caring way.
Mm-hmm.
And believe it or not, what is really getting me through until these meds kick in, and it's like for me, these antidepressants are like a coating that's going to coat my nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't feel so like I'm getting tased every second that something comes at me. Like I'll use this as an example. Like Sue was on the phone with me the other
Oh
day and
God,
she's
with the I swear by Jesus, I was going to bring that same thing up. You were like, I was like, whoa,
Oh boy. What
hey.
do
she was
tell?
eating and she was scraping her
We were
dish into
talking on
the
the
I
phone.
don't
Go ahead.
Oh
I
boy.
all I heard was scrape, 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 and like
We were talking on the phone in the morning and I just made my breakfast and I'm eating my breakfast, but then towards the end, I'm getting the scraps off the plate with my fork. She's like, like
I
I'm
I was
eating. She goes,
like
that is, it was. grating on her.
It was grating
And
on me.
it's interesting because we also had a conversation this morning. By the way, I was not eating breakfast while we were talking
You
this
won't
morning.
make that mistake again.
I
She's
will
not gonna do that
not be
again.
eating in front of Deborah Jean Miller ever again.
Until her
Ever
meds
again.
kick in. Until her
Especially
meds kick
something
in.
good that I'm licking off the plate with my fork. Um, but I was saying, oh, now I fucking lost my train of thought. That has been
I'm
happening
sorry.
to me a lot lately, losing my train of thought. Fuck me. Um,
Yeah,
oh my
I
God.
had just it was nails on a chalkboard in my brain, and instead of just being like, okay, I'm sure she's gonna finish up soon,
Yeah.
I was
And
like,
she, oh,
can you stop scratching
this
at
is what I
the
was gonna say. I said to her this morning, um, is what you're feel like, is this you getting your voice back? Because there have been times, and we have discussed this, that, you just sort of want everything to be really smooth, and you'll sort of sometimes take a back seat to
hmm
just because you don't want ripples, right?
Right. Absolutely.
And so I said, is this, maybe you finding your voice, and you put it into a really great, because my delivery, my entire life has been bad. Just bad. I mean, I have been, I just am more often than not, I am way too direct for most
Oh, I love
humans
that
on the
about you.
planet.
I love
But
that.
anyway, and she said, no, it's this internal, like, visceral feeling that I don't like what is bubbling up. Um, so I understand that. You know what I
It's
mean?
yeah,
Because
you
you did say to me, Deb, I do have a voice, but the way that I'm using my voice, not on the meds, doesn't make me feel good
yeah,
about the message I am trying to
yeah.
put forth. Like,
It doesn't make me feel good about myself.
yeah,
I don't like this part of me. When people we all have parts of our personality that we don't like about ourselves, and we work on that to make it better. This is one of those things that I don't like being angry and annoyed and want to somebody's just doing their thing and being themselves, and I want to, take them by the throat and rip their hair out of their head. Like that's not who I want
yeah.
to be. And it's not, I don't want, it doesn't feel good to me at all. It feels
So
terrible to
it's it
me.
yeah. So what it you know what it speaks to me in a couple of different ways. Number one, I think I told you this several weeks ago, that I wish for you, but I understand that, we're not going to do this, we're not going to explore, that your um experience with the hypnosis was better
Yeah.
and was able to be fully fulfilled, but I understand why it didn't. Um, and this just sort of speaks to me that, you're giving yourself grace.
Mhm.
You're giving yourself the ability to, listen, you were on this path for 22 years, and you thought enough of your own personal growth
Mhm.
to pose the question to yourself, is there a different way for me?
I
Is
wanted
there
to
a
find
different
out,
way? Right.
I wanted to
That
find
I
out
can
who I
stay.
was. Yeah.
Right.
And
Well, but
I'm finding that
okay.
out. I don't like, I don't like who
But
I
no, no,
am.
no, no,
Not
no.
to
No,
say
I'm
you
not going to
can't
allow you to
try it
do that. I'm
again,
not going to allow
too.
you to do that because
Yeah.
here's the thing, you did uncover who you are, and who you are is somebody who was born with a deficiency in their brain chemical and needs this to feel whole.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's not abandoning that exploration. It was, you are wide awake enough to say, okay, I went down this path. I was on this path. I decided to, take a different path when I saw I created a fork in the road for myself. And then you also said to yourself, I'm not afraid to turn around, regardless of how long I was on this path, because it is not serving the purpose of why I went down here.
Right. That's
Right.
exactly right. And it's interesting because one of the reasons why I wanted to try to get off of these meds was because I was told that my channeling with my higher spirits would be clearer. And I really wanted to try that. But what happened was I was no longer interested in meditating. I was no longer interested in even
Yeah.
reading a book. And I used to
Wow.
read a book after book after book after book.
Oh,
And
So
I
it actually
just,
had the reverse effect.
who knew,
it
Deb? Yeah.
really did.
Interesting.
And
That is
that's
And
super
okay. I mean,
interesting.
listen, you tried it. I mean,
yeah,
how many times do we say to ourselves, I want to try this, and you're just forcing yourself into this funnel that is not working, but you're like, I made the decision, I want to keep going, and I want to keep going. And you're, you're fighting against all the signs and signals,
yeah,
and you're not fighting those signs and signals or your chemistry or your biology or whatever you want to call it. And you're saying, okay, listen, this is who I am. I mean, I think you did more self-discovery than you're giving yourself credit for.
yeah. I definitely, there's things that I've learned about myself through this, and there's things that I've learned about my mental health in general, and about how our nervous system, like our brain intakes the information and releases
Hmm.
chemicals into our nervous system. And whether that's happy chemicals or anxious chemicals or whatever that is, those hormones go into our nervous system. And
Yep.
once that is activated in our nervous system, we are then, now it's a practice of, okay, how do I calm that message, that feeling that is now, those hormones that are now in my nervous system making me go feel a little crazy. Um, and I'm learning tools and techniques for that because I just feel like in life, even whether I'm on these medications or I'm not, even when I was on the medication, I still had like feelings and moods and issues that I had to deal with, and stimulus that came at me that I had to figure out how to handle. And now I've got these amazing tools. I have a therapist that I just love, and she is doing what's called brain spotting. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of that, but it's just a way to, I'm still learning a lot about it, but it's a way to train your brain to recognize the stimulus, acknowledge it, and she's teaching me tools on how to quiet that and be
Hmm.
able to move on. And it's fabulous. I mean, again, there are no such things as mistakes or coincidences. So there is a reason
Agreed.
why I went on this journey. And
Mm.
I am not, I don't regret it. A lot
Well, that's
happened during
good.
these last couple months that was not fun to go through, but I
Maybe it
didn't.
was, maybe it was the universe's way of reminding you that you're doing
Yeah.
what you need to do to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. When you went on them 20 something years ago, um, you were so early in your sobriety or that you needed to quiet some things to get those tools in play, right? And
Absolutely.
now you're coming back to them as a choice with experience rather
Mhm.
than being a blank slate.
Right. I was talking to somebody just yesterday who is thinking about getting into recovery, and I said I would highly recommend because when you stop drinking or drugging, and all of the sudden you're like your nervous system definitely starts reacting and is active, and it's just a very, very uncomfortable feeling. And I'm so glad that they did put me on those meds, because I'm not sure I would have not relapsed had I been feeling the way that I'm feeling just coming off of the drugs. I can't imagine that I had already been going through so much with the withdrawal, but after the physical symptoms of the
Right.
withdrawal are gone, you're still dealing with the nervous system trying to re-regulate.
Yeah.
And it's so uncomfortable that I can't say for sure that I would not have relapsed had I had not had that buffer of these
Right.
antidepressants. And I told this person that I said, I would encourage you to talk to your doctor about getting on something prior to getting off of
Something else. Yeah.
yeah. And because I don't want anybody to feel the way that I've been feeling, especially when you're trying to kickstart your life into recovery. It's just it's almost like it's an unnecessary pain
Yeah.
that you're going to put yourself
It's a
in.
whole other layer that you have the ability to quell while you work on your sobriety,
Mhm.
which
And I
is
want to
nice,
point out
which is
something
good.
really interesting. I spoke, I'm not going to mention any names, but I did speak to a very dear friend of mine yesterday. And unbeknownst to me and unbeknownst to her, she did the same thing. She got off of her antidepressants 2.5 months ago. And she decided, I got to get back on because this is not a good feeling. And I go, how interesting is that? That must be like, and it was the same type of anti SSRIs that I was on. So I was like, it must be at 2.5 months, or between 2 and 2.5 months, that it really is gone from your system.
You said she's in recovery, Deb, as
Yeah.
well? Okay.
Yeah. And we were both like, oh my God, and this, and
Wow.
did you feel like this? And yes, oh my God, I was feeling like this, and this is how it was affecting the people around me. I was like, I can't
That's so
believe it.
interesting.
We were
Good.
like literally going
It's
through
so
parallel
interesting. Yeah.
things. And because as you girls know, Kristen and Sue, like I've been talking to you guys regularly, and I felt really good for a long time, and then I
Hmm.
didn't.
You were
Must
80%.
have been
I remember
still,
that
yeah.
80%
I
number
felt
you gave me.
80%, but I think, yeah, but and then it just all fell
Then it
apart.
wasn't.
Then it
You were a
wasn't.
solid B and then you were like a D.
Yeah. Then yeah.
Well, listen, I mean, I can speak for myself and probably a lot of the people who listen that, we so appreciate your vulnerability with all of it
Yeah.
and bringing us through, and your honesty with yourself, and not taking this as a defeat, but actually taking it as a win for, being your own advocate and knowing what you
Yeah.
need, and to this is what this platform is all about, is to
Yeah.
just sort of make people think and make people um know that there's ways out there, there's people who are going through the same thing, that nobody feels alone, um
Yeah.
and thanks.
And mental health illness is real.
Mm.
It is real.
100%. And imbalanced brain chemistry
Yeah.
is real,
Yeah. And it's nothing to
and
be
nothing to be
ashamed about.
ashamed
No, nothing to be
nothing to be
ashamed.
ashamed about.
You know, yeah, no, nothing to be ashamed about at all. I've always been very open about my recovery, my addiction, and I will continue to be very open about my mental health, because I don't want anybody else suffering to feel the way that I've been feeling. It's just not fun, and you don't have to go through that. There are medications that will help.
Mm. Well,
So,
amen, sister. I'm proud of you.
yeah,
I'm
thank
proud of you.
Yes.
you. More to
Same, Deb.
come. I'm still in the
More to
baby
come.
steps, but
It's okay. Everybody, thank you for listening. Share the show. We are on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, or email us, or direct message or private message any of us. Email is rewind and reflect with us at gmail.com. Till next
namaste,
time,
dear friend.
girls.
Yes.
Love
Love to
you.
Namaste.
all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.